Welcome to my channel. This is Mario Lloyd, also known as Real Estate Guru PK. On this channel, we talk about my real estate endeavors. We also have the top real estate producers and the top entrepreneurs in the country. Be sure to click the link below with Justin P. with his Support Black Colleges marketing course. Also with Jason White's Crack the Code affiliate link, click that below as well. Also to support the channel, Webull, M1 Finance, Chase, Discover, Robinhood, and Public, a stock trading app. We hope you enjoyed this episode. This is Real Estate Guru PK signing out. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
So where you want to start?
Give me your best question.
Okay, we'll start with your upbringing.
Okay.
So you're from A-Leaf?
So originally born in Austin.
Austin,
All
okay.
my family's there, my mom and dad's side.
Okay.
My mom moved to Houston for for opportunities for her in work as well as for us in school, because in Austin, back then, I probably wouldn't be where I am today if I stayed in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
And then started off, I grew up on Section 8 and food stamps. So we moved around a lot because we were always in housing. So like every year we moved. So I started in I think HISD, then A-Leaf. Then I think I moved to Fort Bend, then charter school, then private school. So kind of made our ways up. So I probably moved like 8 times before high school's over. Maybe a little less, but yeah.
Did you get to get any friends like consistently or no?
Yeah, but I feel like it wasn't hard for me to make friends because I was so out there and like I talked to everyone, and so it wasn't hard. But I feel like if I was quiet, it would have been a little harder. I think so. So. Dang, bring back the memories.
Where'd you meet your husband at?
Do you know Gaddy Town?
Who?
Gaddy Town. It was the old Incredible Pizza on Highway 6.
Nah.
First Colony Mall.
I know where. I used to go to First Colony Mall, but I don't remember the.
Gaddy Town. It was like a little entertainment place. It's kind of like Chuck E. Cheese, but we used to work together.
Also, it was like that place off of 59 that they closed down.
It was off of Highway 6 and like. Street. Something. It was going toward Missouri City though.
Oh, to Missouri. Okay. So y'all worked together?
Yeah, we worked together. That was like 2013. That was a long time ago. I was in high school.
So y'all like high school sweethearts?
Well, he's actually not from America. So he's from the Bahamas.
Okay.
So he was born and raised there. So technically, although he's a year and a half older than me, he graduated like. Basically, their school system is different from ours because I think y'all run on the British system, right? So he graduated in 2012 and I graduated in 2015. 2015,
yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so we met in Gaddy Town and yeah. Well,
did y'all hit it off or y'all were just friends?
No, so the weird part is I quit for like 6 months, went to go work at Chuck E. Cheese. And then afterwards, I didn't think I would ever see him again because I knew I had an attraction for him back in Gaddy Town. So when this random day, like to me it's super random, but this random day I saw him at like this gas station off of like I think Bel Air and Velvet 8. I never go to it, but it was by my school and I needed gas that day. And he happened to pull up at the exact same time. And then we were like, Andre? And he was like, Kiera. So then we ended up, I guess he told me he was getting a phone the next week. And then I was like, oh, if you're serious, you'll get your number from my sister. I was trying to play hard to get, and then I guess he really got the number and then the rest is history. Because his sister used to work with us at Gaddy Town. So,
okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's crazy.
So, y'all got married, and then y'all, when did y'all go to Virginia?
We went to Virginia. Well, he was already, okay, so he went to the military when I was a freshman in college. And then I think when I was a junior, he proposed. And then we got married April 2018. 2018.
Okay.
I got my years mixed up. Okay, but it's 2018. And then yeah, we went to Virginia. I went because he was already there, because he was already stationed there. I went, I think in March 2019, which is when I started Airbnb. Okay. But no, I went January 2019, February, and I think I started Airbnb the same month I went there. I started looking.
You had that mentor at the time, correct?
Yes. So I had kind of 2 mentors. One of them, he kind of just helped me with like mindset and some Airbnb stuff. Like he wanted to help me scale. And then I had another sort of mentor. I call her my mentor, but she's the reason I started. I asked her questions and she would try to answer. She was really busy too because she's very successful. But I would try to ask her questions like, hey, can you help me with this one thing really quick? And she would try to help me as much as possible. So I took her guidance and started.
Did they charge you?
Oh, the one guy did charge me. He was very helpful. He has like a container home in Washington. He probably has like multiple now. And then I did not pay my other mentor. She was free.
Okay.
So I don't know what I wouldn't be here probably without her.
But you paid attention though, because it's a lot of people that I give them advice and it just goes in one ear and out the other. Yeah. So you actually was paying attention.
Yeah. Only because it's like if you don't pay attention, you won't.
But people feel like if you don't charge them, they're not gonna pay attention.
Oh, you know what? You're so right.
So how you feel about that? It's
the truth because, I used to do calls for free.
Yeah.
And when I did that, I would say 3 out of 10 people showed up. And for me, it was like, okay, like y'all gotta show up. So I started charging people to show up to the calls, 100% show up rate.
How much you started charging?
I think when I first started, it was like $100 a call.
$100 an hour?
Yeah, I think for like 30 minutes.
So you made like a quick $1,000 in an hour?
Well, I wish. $100 per 30 minutes, but I didn't do many like one-off calls. I tried to do more I tried to focus on like building my course because the thing is like, I had my mentors, right? But I didn't have structure. And I was like, okay, if I had, what do I wish I had when I first started that I can give to other people? And other women, because I mainly coach women.
Why is that?
I think it's because I connect with them really well. I do help males too, but I think I just really connect with women, and I know the kind of struggles we go through in corporate America, which I was in, and I just want to help them get out of like that cycle and be able to go to work and think, okay, like talk to me again crazy today, because I will quit. Like I have things to back me up. So
you seem like real nice. Why would somebody talk to you crazy?
Because you're Black in America.
Okay.
Black in corporate. They'll take advantage. So the thing is, I feel like I am a really nice person.
Yeah.
And there's just some situations that happen that just shouldn't have happened. Like the way you talk to an intern, for example, or being like low key, I had to get my wisdom teeth out at one time, and I was like hurting really bad. Like it was bad. And they low key denied me at first to go get my wisdom teeth taken out.
HR or your manager?
My managers. It took me a little convincing to get them to say yes. Not a lot, but still, I feel like if someone needs a surgery, like they got to get that surgery. And then just like other things that I just, you
had PTO and all that?
I was an intern.
Oh, so that was kind of like.
It was like my 3rd internship at this company too.
Okay.
But the difference is my first 2 internships at this company, I only interned, they were like diversity internships. So I interned with people that look like me. So my 3rd internship, when I interned with other people that didn't look like me, it opened up my eyes, because I'm over here loving this company thinking it's amazing, but then you intern and you're one of 2 Black females out of 200 interns, and there's only 4 Black people total, and you see how they treat you. You are the diversity. They make it known that you are the diversity. It's just a really uncomfortable situation to be in. I don't wish it upon anyone.
This is at U of H?
No, it was at a big firm.
Okay.
A really big known firm.
No, you're going to school in U of H at the same time.
Yeah. So I think my freshman year I interned, sophomore year, and then I think I took off junior year to focus on getting more hours, and then senior year interned again. And senior year, after I did that internship and I realized I didn't want to work there, the money I saved up, that's what I used to start Airbnb 2 months later, which is crazy. So yeah, and then the rest was history. I mean, I did intern at another big firm and I loved it. But the thing is, they didn't have any positions in Houston. I would have to stay in Norfolk. But I feel like the work environment in Houston is very different.
That's in Virginia? Norfolk? Okay.
But the work environment in Virginia is very different than it is in Texas. In Texas, I feel like, and I've talked to friends about this, it's like sometimes when you're the only Black person, they make you feel like you're lucky to be there. And I don't like that feeling. Was
there anything said or they just insinuated? Oh, it was said?
There were a lot of things that were said. It was just a lot. Shoot, it was freaking traumatic.
Yeah.
It was. And I think that actually forced me to become an entrepreneur, because
that was like a wake-up call.
It was like, I was like, okay, I can't. I had, I think 2 out of 3 of the white Black women I talked to, who were already superior in the company, I would tell them about my stories and they said they've been through the same things. And I'm like, okay, but like, what do you do? Like, you just gotta deal with it.
Would they ever discriminate about your hair, like the way you would wear your hair?
No, not my hair. I think I wore braids, so I didn't get any discrimination. But they always told me to just deal with it. And I was like, why? Like, why would I deal with people talking to me crazy, treating me differently? It's not worth it.
How was the pay gonna be? Or did you ever?
Good.
That was really good?
The pay was good. That's the thing. So that's how I knew it wasn't for me, because I was getting paid really well, but I was unhappy.
Were you almost at 6 figures, or you was at 6 figures?
No, I think as an intern, I made like maybe $4,000 to $5,000 a month.
As an intern?
Yeah.
That's good.
I know.
That is good.
Yeah. So yeah.
So that's after taxes.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So you gave all that because they were discriminating against you.
Yeah, I said I'm gonna find out a way myself. I'll find another way. I'm not dealing with this. What? I think the difference between my generation and the generation before me is that they were taught to deal with it, and I'm told by so many of like the past generation too, like, yeah, like y'all generation just different. But it's true. We're not gonna put up with people talking to us crazy. We'll just figure it out ourselves. There's no point.
I think because we could get that Wi-Fi money and
the Wi-Fi money,
the Instagram money, and the YouTube money. Speaking of YouTube, you went viral on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
How is that, like the 254K on YouTube?
Well, thanks for remembering. It's a lot. It was a shock because I don't think I told a lot of people this, but I did more YouTube channels.
Do you wish that video was longer?
No.
So you think the 10 minutes is just the 15? It was like 15 minutes.
It was like just 7.
Oh yeah, it was 7. It was just right.
Yep. And I was like, okay, you know what's crazy? I had a YouTube channel before. I had multiple. So I had a Navy wife channel, which I had a couple of videos that went mini viral, like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 views.
Yeah.
I had a college life channel. I think I had a natural hair channel. But for this specific channel for Airbnb, I was like, let me just put something out. I'm sure it's not going to do well because none of my other stuff went well, whatever. I put the video out, and when it started blowing up, I was like, what the heck? Like, also, this is what y'all want. But what I did is I went back and I took like 2 days, me and my team, we studied the video down to the T and said, okay, what were some trigger words? What was the structure? Like, why did this go viral?
What resonated with people?
Yeah, what resonated with them.
Yeah.
So what I did is I tried to recreate that. So I have a couple of other videos that are similar, and they're very clickbaity, but they're also like informational. So we'll see how those go. But I was supposed to release one last week, but I got busy. So I'll probably release one probably in the next couple of days. Okay. Hopefully, because once you know the formula, it's like just copy and paste.
How much did they pay you for that video?
Well, unfortunately with YouTube, you have to go through a whole process.
Oh, so you wasn't monetized yet?
I wasn't. Yeah, so I had to wait, and then like they had you wait again, and then you had to wait again for something else. But since I have monetized, I've been making like $15 a day on that video.
On that video?
On that video.
That's great.
I know. Like okay, thank you. It was wasn't expecting it.
So do you plan on posting regularly like how you do on Instagram or no? So not at all?
No, I think the thing is, it takes a lot of time. Like editing, recording, it takes a lot.
It's not worth your time?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it is. It's just like, it's a gamble too. Like with Instagram, I mostly post on Instagram. I know Instagram, I know my audience. But on YouTube, I only posted one video. I don't really know my audience. I just found out the other day that I think 63% of the people that watched the video were male. On my Instagram, it's like 90% female. So I have to figure out my new audience, see what they like, see, why they clicked, what motivates them to click. I'm all about the psychology and everything. And for my team, I always like, whenever we do anything, no matter what platform we're on, I'm like, all right, let's study the psychology of this before we do it, before we hop into it.
What was your major?
Accounting.
Accounting?
Yeah. You
should have been a psychologist.
I love psychology.
I know, I see.
I love it. I love reading books about the mind because it's so interesting.
Are you a people person?
Yes.
And no? Like both?
I would say both.
Yeah.
Both. It's like, you have your, well, I guess, yes, I am. It's just that you have your days where you just want to be alone.
And you just need your space?
You just need your space. But I think for the most part, I'm able to like socialize with people. But yeah, I think so.
Okay. Let's talk about the Airbnbs.
Okay. It's the fun stuff.
So when you guys started, was there anything that happened when you felt like quitting? Or you just was determined no matter what?
No. Yeah, that second thing you said, I think we were determined. I think a lot of it came from the support of my husband because I wouldn't have been able to do it without him. had he not been there, like say he was on a deployment at the time, I don't think I could have handled it, like honestly. But I would have figured it out. But I think a lot of the support came from him building some of the furniture. I never used the tool before that. You know, now I could build anything. But yeah, it was just I had to. It had to work. I did not want to go back to corporate America, so I said I'm gonna make this work. So I made it work. So yeah.
Are you still hands on with it, or your team just handles all of them?
I would say we're still hands on. What we do is we still do the laundry.
Okay.
But we're fine with that. We do everything at our house, at our apartment. We do messaging, sorta. So my team takes over like half the messaging. They also take over like coordinating with the cleaner and stuff. But I would say we're not as hands on as we used to be. We can kind of take a day off if we need to. And my mom cleans, so that's less we have to do. If we had to clean, I don't know what I would do if we had to clean our units. I wouldn't be able. I don't have the time to.
You wouldn't be able to.
I wouldn't be able to. We probably have to charge a premium or pay a premium to someone to do it, and it's not worth it at that point.
So you have eight or 9?
We have 9. Going on 10.
Going on 10. Oh, so you have one on contract right now? You're working on
the one we just renovated.
Okay.
Yeah. So we bought that in November. Started renovating in December. We're supposed to be done in about March. You know how that goes, but we should be done. I think they literally just had to do touch-up paint like on Monday or Tuesday, and we're done. And we can list it.
What's your busiest months? Christmas?
You know what's crazy? I feel like all the months are our busiest months. So a lot of people do deal with slow season, but I think because of how we chose our properties, we don't have slow months. So every month's a busy month. If I had to put a month on it, I would say May, June, and July. But again, like we don't really have slow season, so we're always booked like all the time.
Do you strictly deal with the same zip codes, or do you ever deviate from so you just those zip codes and that's it?
It's based on the numbers. Like it's based on the numbers at the time. Because when we first started in Houston, we moved back. So we moved back to Houston November 2020, and then I think December we took a break, you know, got back in the swing of things. January we started looking again for Airbnbs in Houston because we had just moved back. And then February, I think we signed a lease at the end of January, got into our unit in February. And then at that time, that zip code was really popping. But now that zip code is just average.
Yeah.
We don't have that unit anymore though. But what we do is we try to make sure we're looking at the data and we're saying, okay, how is this neighborhood doing a year ago, 2 years ago? How are they doing now? How much are they making? What are the top properties in the zip code? Why are they doing so well? Psychology. It's all about the psychology. And so, yeah.
Do you have any theme Airbnbs?
No. So we did try a theme. We
tried
Marvel.
Work?
No.
Well, what was the theme?
Marvel.
Oh, the comic book. So it didn't work at all?
No.
Have you tried, I heard pink is popping. Like
it is. It's so popular. We have a green theme unit, sort of kind of. It's like it is like a green theme unit. That one does pretty well. Anything for us, anything with books does well. Like a bunch of books everywhere.
Yeah. I saw that when you were talking about how you got them from Goodwill and you just put books everywhere.
Yep. So those do well. And it's funny because the one we had is Marvel. We did change it in January. As soon as we change it, boom, back booked. Like, not that we weren't booked. It's just that we weren't booked the way we wanted to be. And we didn't see the numbers we wanted to see because there's an identical unit next to it that we were testing with our normal furnishing, the one, you know, from Virginia, like the original books and nice soft colors. We're testing it, A/B testing. That one was doing way better than the Marvel one. If the Marvel one was doing better, we probably would have switched that one, but we just went with what worked best. We had to change it. It took us maybe $300 to change it to the other theme, but it paid off like quick.
Okay, so you did 6 figures in Airbnb. You did 6 figures coaching. Is there anything else you want to make another 6 figures in, or you're good with that?
I want to make 7 figures.
You want 7 figures? Okay,
I do. Okay. Do I want to make 6 figures in anything else? I think I'm ready for 7. Like, I think once you hit it and you've tasted it, it's like, okay, what's next?
Okay.
This might be TMI, but we were doing our taxes. And we realized we made close to $500,000. Okay. And I was like, okay, well, this is not enough for me. Like, I need to keep going, work harder. If I'm still young, I need to keep doing what I can. So
that's an Airbnb, or that's with everything combined?
Everything combined.
Okay, so $500,000 Airbnb.
Airbnb.
Oh, so you got Turo too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many cars you got in that?
We have one right now.
Okay.
But we figured out a hack. Well, not a hack, but the way we figured it out was We started, I think, in December. Like as soon as we didn't take a break in December when we came back because that's when we started Turo.
Okay.
So we got 3 new cars. It was like a Nissan Versa 2021 or 2020, Audi 2020 A4, and then the Tesla that we have now. And then we had our original Kia 2014. So at first we were just driving our Kia around and had those cars on the platforms. But what we realized is our luxury cars had the most. Like it was like the worst guests because people came back with rim rash every time, or there's always something like someone busted the Tesla tire, but this stuff didn't happen with our economy car. Mm-hmm. So what we did is we took advantage of the fact that car prices were going up, and we sold the cars. Actually, we made a profit on all of them except for the Tesla. We didn't sell the Tesla, so we sold the Audi and the Versa, right? We made a profit, and then we're like, okay, let's just put the Kia on and see what happens, and let's just drive the Tesla because we needed it at that time. Because with Airbnb, it's because you have them like you got to move a lot of stuff around all the time.
So you don't have any trucks?
No. Okay. But long story short, I know we should get one. Yeah. But long story short, we ended up putting our Kia on, and so our Kia is the main breadwinner now, and it does well, and it's paid off. So the key is to make sure your car is paid off.
So you don't have to worry about the car note.
You don't have to worry about the car note, and everything's pure profit. Everything, every penny you make, because you don't have to worry about gas because your guests are putting gas every time they come back.
Yeah, they have to.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and then if there is damage, you just submit that to Turo and they're paying for that.
So is Turo easier than Airbnb?
Now it is because we have one car. But when we have three, it was actually harder than Airbnb.
It was a headache? Yeah. Oh, it was harder?
Yeah, because you have to, like, a lot of people book at the airports. So imagine driving 20, 30 minutes to the airports all the time.
Yeah, B the boss told me Turo was easier than her area.
It depends who you talk to.
Okay.
We have a good system now where we're able to put our Kia at a good location, and we can see it from a distance, and we can see people getting in and getting out. We don't have problems with the economy cars. I think the luxury cars give you so many problems. It's just people run the gas up, people run the miles up because they're trying to stunt. But the economy cars is usually like the grandmas or the people come to visit their family and just need to, get from point A to point B. It's so much easier.
So if you could do it over, would you just do the luxury or no?
No.
So you would just do the economy?
Yeah. Okay, I lied because I like to take everything as a lesson. I would keep it the same because it taught me a lesson.
Okay.
But if what I would tell people who want to get started is like, if your car is paid off, and then Turo has their guidelines too, so I think you can't have more than like a certain number of miles. It can't be a salvage title, and it has to be like, I think 2014 and younger or newer. Look at their guidelines and start with the car. If you have it paid off, just use your paid off car. But don't go buying a car. You don't want to be put in a bind where you have to pay out of pocket because you didn't do well 1 month. Because with the Audi, I think 1 month we made like $1,600, and the next month we made like $800. Although we were able to pay the bills, it was like, okay, but like,
broke out even.
Why is it? Yeah, I'm not used to. Why is it fluctuating? Airbnb's not like this. I need it to be, solid. And I think that's one thing I don't like about Turos. It's not always. You're not always gonna make the same amount every month. With Airbnb, I can predict my income. Turo, you cannot. Well, maybe you can. Maybe I just haven't figured it out. Okay. I can't.
So you're a numbers person.
I am. He's a numbers person. He converted me.
Oh, okay.
Because he's a logical thinker. I'm an emotional one. So we learn from each other.
So who's the spontaneous one? Like, let's do it, or y'all constantly thinking?
I'm the spontaneous one, and he's like, hold on, let's look at the numbers. Even with Airbnb, like when we first started, I was still in college at the time. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I think this will work. I showed him the numbers. And when he said, yeah, like, okay, let's do it. I'm like, wait, what? Wait, you want to do it? You're the logical one. Are you sure? It's like, yeah, the numbers make sense. I'm like, okay. And I think that was like the real taste of like, okay, the numbers got to make sense. You got to look at the psychology of how things work.
Okay. How was Virginia like?
It was so sunny. Have you been?
Nah, a lot of my guests are from there though.
Really?
Yeah, the Bo Goat and what's Jason White.
Really?
Yeah, they're both from Virginia.
Yeah. It's not. What part are they from? Like Richmond or?
I think the Bo Goat's from DC, and then Jason's from I forgot where Jason's from.
Virginia's nice. It's so beautiful. Like, in Texas, when you're driving out of town, it's like a bunch of cows. In Virginia, it's like just trees everywhere. It's so beautiful. I miss it. The weather is nice all the time.
You don't want to go back?
Would I go back? I think I would
to visit, not to stay.
Oh, both.
Okay.
The only way we'd go back to stay is if we had real estate there, because the real estate market is pretty good. Because we were in a military city, but it was also a beach city. So when you have those two things combined, you're all like, not to say you're always gonna make money, but when a recession happens, everyone in that military town is still getting paid. In other cities where they're just normal cities, they're being affected more. So it's more stable. I miss the stableness of it. Houston is not stable. But yeah, it's not as stable as Virginia, at least.
It's because of the oil companies. It's like up and down.
It's because I think Houston's just a metro city, so people don't come here for one thing. It's so many things they come for, and those so many things can always change based on weather or whatever the case may be. But Virginia always has the beach. Well, where we were, it had the beach and it had the military, and it wasn't one military base. There were like probably 5 or 6 military bases, probably more. But there's a lot of military bases. There are a lot of like everyone you come into contact with in Norfolk or Virginia Beach, they're either connected to the military because their grandmother or their father was in it, or they are in the military. So everyone you touch shoulders with, they're in the military. So it's more stable. I miss the stableness. But the good thing about Houston is that you're forced to get used to unstableness, and you have to get creative. So yeah, Houston forces you to think a little more on Airbnb. So yeah, it's crazy.
Okay. How's your you have a media manager, correct? How's that like?
Let's see. So I love Carla. Her name's Carla.
Okay.
I've been working with her for like almost 2 years. So she used to be my virtual assistant. When I first started business, when I first started coaching, I didn't know nothing about social media. I was an accounting major. I didn't know anything about it.
So you didn't have Facebook, anything?
No.
You didn't have Facebook at all?
I mean,
Twitter,
did.
Nothing? Oh, you did, but
yeah.
you wasn't on it.
No, I wasn't on it. I think I had Twitter for like 2 years in middle school, but that was it. But I wanted a virtual assistant to kind of show me like, okay, what kind of systems do people like? What are people drawn to? We took a month break or something because I was trying to build my business back up. Not back up. I was just trying to build my business a little on the back end, take some months off. And then I rehired her as my social media manager. And she is definitely responsible for a lot of my success. My whole team is. I would not be here without them. My husband's part of it, like everybody. But with her, she helped me figure out like how to kind of organize my social media, because I think a lot of people just post what they see their favorites post, but they don't have strategy to it. But I'm all about, like I said before, psychology. I'm all about strategy, the mind. What do people like? What don't they like? Why do they respond like this to this post and like this to that post? Is there something we could have changed? So my team is definitely there for that. I mean, I also have like a couple more people. Like I have a CMO. So basically she's like the marketing officer. So she kind of looks over all the marketing efforts and looks at how we can take advantage of like different avenues and stuff. She also does like, or her company also does like the PR stuff and all that. So yeah. Do you have a social media manager as well?
Nah, I run
No?
it.
Oh, you're like, I just do it straight from the, yeah. Social media is interesting.
It is. How much money you made on Instagram so far?
That's a good question. I feel like I should know this. Most of my sales come from Instagram. Okay, so let me back up.
Okay.
My people, I feel like it's like my business card.
Do you have funnels? Card. Do you have funnels? No?
I don't have them as good as I should. So that's why I just brought, so my CMO that I work with, she actually was the coach who taught me how to coach, because I knew I wanted to help people start and like put them in a position that I was in. I just didn't know how to do that. So she helps me with that. But she's helping me like put the funnels in like place. I have funnels, but they're not like solid, if that makes sense. But
I mean, if you're making a profit, that's all that matters.
Yeah, but people funnel from like podcasts. Correct. They funnel from other people's platforms I've been on. So I realized that in order to grow, you have to kind of be able to connect with people like this to introduce your audience to new people. So, like us doing this, I can introduce my audience to your podcast, which is, they would love it. And dope. Then you'd be able to introduce them to my platform. But I realized with Instagram, well, let me answer your question. How much have I made from everything combined of people just finding me on Instagram and even on Clubhouse coming to Instagram? I probably made close to, let's see, maybe like 250,000?
250,000?
Maybe more. Yeah, I think that's on the low end. Yeah.
Do you think you could have made that much without Instagram?
I know.
No.
No.
You don't think you could have made that through Clubhouse?
I did kind of make some of it through Clubhouse though, because I did have a lot of leads from Clubhouse. I think I realized that Clubhouse didn't. So okay, for me, I test different things. So it's like, okay, what's doing well? Where are people coming from the most? Let's try to feed into that the most. So I feed into the funnels, or like the places people come in the most. So one of my interviews that I did with a lady named Sarah, it was my most viral interview. I think she has almost 80K on that. And a lot of my clients came from that video. But also another like big lead for me is just like partnerships with other women, and us like being complementary to each other, because my clients go to them and then their clients come to me. So, but at the end of the day, my goal is not the numbers, it's the impact. I want to help people not have to worry about anything. And my clients will tell you, I really care about my clients. Like, I really care about their success. I bother them so much. I'm like that. I don't know if you saw that meme on Instagram. It was like, when your coach is, and when you tell your coach your car's broke down and they like, it's okay, I'll take you. And you're like, man, leave me alone. I'm that coach. I'm that coach that's like, okay, I don't care that you're tired today. Tomorrow you need to get back together so we can like continue. So I don't do excuses. So yeah.
That's how you are to your mentees?
Yeah.
For real? I can't picture you like that.
Yeah. It's just that if you pay money, you better work hard. Don't just spend your money thinking you're gonna have this dream life, this dream Airbnb. You have to do the work too.
Okay.
I'm gonna force you to do the work.
Have you had to fire anybody?
Have I had to fire anyone? No. Well, sorta, but it was like a long time ago when I first started. I never fired her. She just stopped working because she was always busy. So and it was like when I first started, and she was like a Philippine a VA, a virtual assistant in the Philippines. But no, I haven't had to fire anyone.
That's cool.
But I'm very strategic with how I bring people on too. Very strategic.
So you plan on going into rental properties? Well, how you gonna go about that?
So we're still learning about the loan processes and the different types of loans. I'll say we're learning about the different types of loans. And I think our plan, we were talking about this yesterday. I think our plan is to like build as much as we can with the credit we do have. Because I would say we do have good credit. And I'm realizing that the better your credit, the better you can do in real estate.
Correct. So, no, that's correct. Yeah. I mean, you can still get in there.
Yeah, you can. You can.
Having credit is a plus. But you can get into it there through the hard money system, and then by getting a contract with the seller directly.
Yeah.
And then, or you could do creative ways like owner finance.
What's your favorite?
What's my favorite? What I do personally, I get the house under contract directly, and then if I could have did it differently, I would have did that. Because I was buying off the MLS off of HAR, as you know, in the beginning, and I didn't really get that big of a discount doing that. Yeah, because I did it the way you're thinking about doing it. I got like $250K in loans and stuff and credit cards, and I started buying up houses. And then I went to the auction. Because HAR got so expensive, there was no more equity in the properties. I had to go to the auction.
Oh.
And then after like a year in the auction, I had to basically start knocking on doors and like, hey, you want to sell your house? Like,
really? Yeah. And that worked well for you?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
We have to talk.
Yeah, we will.
No, seriously, that's so dope.
Yeah.
Because that you had to have brevity. You got to be brave for that.
Yeah. I'm in the hood. I'm in South Park, Sunnyside. I'm in all the bad places. Like, I see guns all the time.
Wow. Dang. I'm like, have I ever seen it? I have. Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not scared, so.
Yeah, you're like, it is what it is. Yeah. No, okay, that's a good strategy. I
mean, you gotta be, because, man, Houston is so saturated. I would literally have to go like to Louisiana, New Orleans, like where it's cheaper. Or
if you were on the MLS?
I think so. Or like my homegirl's in Milwaukee. She's getting houses for real cheap over there at the auction, like $10,000, $15,000. Yeah, you can't find that over here no more. When I first started off, you could go to South Park, Sunnyside, and get a house for like one of my properties I got for $7,200.
Congrats. That's huge. Wow.
But you can't do that no more.
Really? So the auction's not the same.
Man, you're competing with like a group of people in the same LLC and they all got $1 million.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's so crazy because I think there's an auction happening on the 7th and we were thinking about going.
I mean, look, hey, if you could go get those tax liens and they'll have to give you, I think it's 15-30% to buy it back from you, then by all means, but I don't have the patience. Like I want to start working on a property.
And not have to wait.
Yeah. Like as soon as I get my property, like I'm gonna put a dumpster on it. I'm gonna go get some help. We're gonna go clean out the house and we're gonna get started. Like I don't have the patience. Like my
every day is money back.
It is. Like I need my money back because I gotta continue.
Yeah. So, I feel that.
Yeah.
Because even for us, like with our hard money loan, it's expensive.
It is.
Every month?
And then like Jet, they'll hit you when you close. They'll hit you with like another $5,000.
Dang.
So now I'm just like, if I'm not buying the house cash, because I have a hard money lender. If I'm not, I'm ranting and stuff.
No, it's so fun.
Jet will hit you in the head with like $5,000, $10,000. And then every time an inspector comes out, they charge you like almost $200 just to make sure you did it right and to make sure you said you did what you did in your draw.
Dang. I don't think our lender, he doesn't do that, right? I think does he come himself? He comes himself.
See, he's not that busy where he can have somebody working for him.
No. He is very busy. I don't know how he does it. We'd be like, how does he do it? But I think we have a pretty good harmony lender. But we're also realizing that it's just the reason we're looking into different types of loans is because the fees.
And then the points.
The points.
I'm like what are y'all hitting me with points for?
Out of nowhere. It's expensive. So, but it comes at a cost depending on how much you can make from it and the investment.
Correct.
So, that's so interesting. So you don't have a favorite type of loan, then you'd rather just go in cash. I'd rather go in cash.
Like before this year, I got like a bunch of loans from like Navy Federal, SoFi, and USAA. I'm a sell a course like that soon. That's pretty cool. I'd rather do that than to get a lender.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Just like have your own cash reserve, own lines of credit.
Whether it's loan or cash. Or I mean, I know we're minorities. We don't know nobody that got like $100,000, $200,000 or do that. Yeah. Like either or, but these lenders, I was in a situation where they were trying to take the house from me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they stopped giving me draws. They were like, hey, your contract is working too slow. We're going to take the house.
Are you serious?
Dead serious.
How many months is the project in?
I was like, probably like 2 months.
2 months?
Yes.
Dang, that's like a scam. Well, not scam, but
nah, they're like, I was on the phone with them and man, my heart sunk. They were like, hey, we're not going to give you any more money. Your contract is working too slow. I had like 10,000 in reserves.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's annoying.
So I had to go get loans on everything.
Yeah.
I got like a car loan.
Dang, just to make sure.
Yeah, I was like, man, y'all not about to take this house from me? That was the house I got $7,200.
Oh, okay. Maybe they knew what they were doing. If that's the case, they knew what they was doing. Dang, yeah, you learn a lot.
Yeah. I went head first and everything.
Yeah, that's good. And then I feel like a lot of the stuff you learn too, you wouldn't have known if you didn't do it yourself.
Correct.
No one's teaching this stuff.
Correct.
Nobody.
Correct.
And they are hard lessons.
Correct.
But
yeah, I'm with you, Lola. They're not losses, they're lessons.
Yeah, they're lessons in disguise. Because then they just make you better for the next time.
And then when you have mentees, there's no situation they could be in that you haven't been in already. Mm-hmm. That's what I tell people. Like, I've been in literally every situation in titles and with lenders and with cash. So it's like whatever your problem is, I'm pretty sure I could solve it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm the same way with my clients. Well, with in respects to arbitrage.
Arbitrage.
Like,
it's your property.
Yeah, I've been doing it for 3 years, so it's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I hear, like, I think one girl came to me 2 days ago, and she was telling me she found a landlord that would let her do Airbnb, and he was trying to rush her. She was trying to get an answer by that night. And then I was like, okay, girl, she had already been wanting to join my one-on-one. I'm like, girl, you got to join the one-on-one because this is a lot. Like, I got to sit down and look at this. I don't even do calls on the weekend. Like, we got to sit down and look at this. And she basically was like, okay, but this is a situation. I don't want to like pay for you now. I'd rather put my stuff together. I'm like, okay, but be careful because she's telling me all these things. And I'm like, I don't have 40 minutes to sit on Instagram and go back and forth with you. I need to sit down and look at the numbers.
So you had to look at her paperwork.
It was so much, like he wanted so much stuff that didn't make sense to me. But I showed her another lady who did the same thing. And a lot of people like to say, okay, I'll just do it myself. I think I have enough information from the internet. And I sat down with this one lady on Instagram too, and I did her numbers out for her. I forgot her numbers, but basically I calculated it would take her 31 months to break even. Just break even, not even profit. Her lease was only 12 months. And she's like, dang, I wish I came to you first. I'm like, I try to tell y'all, don't try to do this stuff alone. If you do the numbers, figure out how much you can really make on these properties. Look at your competitors, see why they're doing well, see why they're not. Mm-hmm. And like, yeah. So the mistake people make is like, you gotta have a mentor. You gotta have somebody who really cares about you and really cares about your results and is not gonna screw you over. You know?
How detrimental is it for somebody to go into Airbnb head first and not have a mentor like you?
Detrimental is that lady who will never break even on her property. She might have to come out of pocket on some months.
Damn.
Yep.
What area code was she in?
I don't even remember. I know it was in Houston though. Mm-hmm. So you can't. People get excited when they find a landlord that will let them do it, but what about the numbers?
Yeah.
You know, not every deal is a good deal.
It's probably a reason why he's letting her do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I think you lose a lot of money. If I hadn't, the thing is, I'm also a person who's not, I'm okay with asking questions up to a certain extent. Mm-hmm. So I'm okay with asking questions I need to know. And I'm okay with paying for the knowledge for those questions. So
see, a lot of people, they don't want to pay for the knowledge.
I'm different. I've realized the key in life is finding someone who can do what you're already doing, show the proof that they're doing it, and just use their system and copy and paste it for yourself. Like the lady who taught me how to coach, I would not be here sitting in this chair if it weren't for her. Like seriously, because she's the reason I said, okay, what's this Instagram thing? How do you coach on it? How do you launch? How do you, make offers that people love? How do you make sure that the info in your courses are good? She helped me with all of that. Otherwise, I probably would be working in an accounting firm now.
How much are your courses?
They vary. So I would say they go from like 1,000 and then up to 10,000.
10,000?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to sell some courses for like 10,000.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's okay. Fun. So one of my clients, she did pay pretty high price for the course, and I don't know if you saw, but I flew out to Florida to help her furnish and came back to Texas, and I had a blast with her family. We had so much fun, and it's just like some things like that you won't get otherwise. And for me, I'm a very busy person.
Okay, so how much does it cost for you to come out and personally do that?
So it varies. My one-on-one clients get first access, so they get first access to me because if I'm paying a lot of money to somebody, I would like first access to them.
Correct.
So it varies. I can't really put a number on it because, flights vary on different parts of the country. Am I staying at your unit? Am I staying in a hotel? Okay. So it just really varies. And do I need a car? Do I don't? Not do I don't, but, all that.
Hey, we didn't exchange number. I'm gonna help you with the rentals and you can help me with the co-hosting in the courses.
Yes. Okay. Let me know if you're free for lunch. We could all hang out.
Yeah, that's cool.
For brunch. But yeah, I love this. I love the life I've created.
Oh, can you explain the meaning of SEO?
Oh, okay. So search engine optimization. Yeah. I'm still learning a lot about it myself. I've always known it was, but okay. I just found out. I don't know if you saw my stories, but I just found out that when you Google Airbnb coach on like a random, like a incognito tab, like no save cookies, I'm the first search result.
Oh, for real?
Before Airbnb. Airbnb's second. Search engine optimization. So my team, what we do is everything is strategic. Every single thing, from my title on my Instagram being Kierra/Airbnb coach to the tags, to the words that we put in the post, to the website, everything is strategic. So the more strategy you have, the easier you'll be able to grow your business. But that SEO if you told me 3 years ago when I first started that I would be first on the website, on Google before Airbnb, when you Google Airbnb coach, I'm like, girl, you're lying. You're lying. I don't believe you. Like, what did I do? Who did I pay? But no, it's just hard work and strategy. So a lot of my friends want me to teach them how to coach because they have valuable knowledge. But I'm like, coaching is not easy. You got to get ready for hard days. When you're a coach, you're basically a psychologist, not a psychologist. Sorry, you're a therapist. Like you're both a therapist and you're a coach at the same time. Because there are days where your clients, they just need someone to talk to, and you have to be there for them. So coaching is not easy. So be ready to be a therapist. Be ready to be a social media manager. Be ready to figure out the shit. It's all in one. It's all in one package. Have you heard of? Well, I know my husband says I always do this, but I know you're on YouTube. Do you happen to know Mr. Beast?
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Beast is a perfect example.
Yeah.
He's so good with the way he strategizes everything. He just released a video yesterday. It's like he built the Willy Wonka chocolate factory, and they did their little challenges. And I really look up to him because he's so good at strategy, and he created his own chocolate bar, and now they have like golden tickets in them, so they're kind of like Willy Wonka did, and you could get a Tesla, like one of 10 Teslas, or like a lot of other stuff. But I love the way he does strategy, and I always study people. Like I would say 80% of the time, me being busy is just studying what's working for other people and saying, okay, well, how can this work for me too? Okay, maybe like 60%, but it's all about studying the success of past people.
Who else you look up to on YouTube?
Ooh, on YouTube? I mean, I have my faves. I look up to Raven Elise. I love her. She's a lifestyle vlogger out of Austin, and she the reason I look up to her is because she's one of the few people on YouTube who started from scratch and built it up without having to like do partnerships and stuff. Like she really built up her following, so she's at over 1 million subscribers. I also, well, do I look up to? No, I guess I have favorites, but you know they're they're just like, you know. Yeah, those are the people I look up to. Is Raven, Mr. Beast.
That's it.
I mean, if we're talking about not YouTube, I look up to Beyonce.
Oh, Beyonce?
Yeah, because people don't realize, but her music has like the formula to success in it. But people don't take the time out to listen and try to figure, instead of just like singing, you know, single ladies, like listen to the words of the songs, and she tells you how she did it. You just have to you have to know you want something. You have to visualize yourself having it and do everything to get to that goal, and just know that it'll come as long as you're taking little steps at a time.
Do you think you could sign an artist?
If I could sign an artist?
Like manage them, like Beyonce?
I don't know.
Because like you're so into the analytics and you know what works.
I think I could.
You could?
I could, but I wouldn't even know where to start.
Okay.
I wouldn't, but I do have.
I'm pretty sure you could figure that out though.
I'm pretty sure. Wait, what do you mean exactly? Like how do
like start up a record label and sign an artist.
Wow. We like joked about that the other day. Yeah, because I think we were watching a video yesterday about like record deals and stuff. It's so crazy.
Like Carl Crawford with Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So what's crazy is I told myself this one day, randomly came to my head. I was like, what if I'm like the first coach? What if I'm the first person to ever go on a label and not be a singer and an artist?
That'd be dope.
That'd be dope. And so I was thinking like, what if I could get into like a Sony or a Columbia and like have them basically bet on me based on like the marketing, and all I need is their team to help me figure it out. But what if I could be like the first person on the record label? I don't know. It could be cool.
You could have been like an A&R.
Something, like right?
I could see you as an A&R like in the 90s.
You think so?
Yeah. You don't see that?
Maybe. It just depends on.
You already said you like good at motivating people.
You think so?
Yeah.
Really?
You just said the psychology and you're building them up.
Yeah, that is true.
You're getting their mind right.
Yeah. It's all about mindset.
Correct.
100% mindset. 100%. Like even you, like you say, like you knock on doors. That's a mindset.
Yeah.
Me, why scary eyes? Like, I'm not doing that. I mean, my husband would, but I wouldn't. So.
I mean, look, you can start up a record label and you could do like a management company for YouTube.
Ooh, I never thought about that. Maybe Instagram. I would do it for Instagram.
Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay.
I understand how to do it. Like
exactly.
I've helped actually one of my old clients, she is a manifestation coach. And then we basically flew her out to Houston and worked with her all weekend on building up her business. Crazy success. Her first launch that she did, she only expected actually she didn't even expect 75 signups, but she got like 85.
Who's this?
Her name is Dr. Marsha. So she's a doctor in psychology. She worked for the feds. She's super cool. And now she like helps people with mindset and psychology to like get to where they want to be and beat like money. What's it called? Like money limiting beliefs and money blocks and stuff like that. So Yeah, I love helping people figure out the psychology of how to hack their audience. It's so fun. Like, I want to do it for YouTube. I really want to like sit down and look at your audience and say, okay, what videos did well? Why did they do well? Where did they drop off? Why did they drop off? Like looking at all that and saying, okay, how can we copy what was done well in each video and put that in one video so we can become success, like bigger and bigger and bigger? Because that's really the key, is understanding why people watched in the first place and just recreating it. That's the fun part of the stuff.
So like, what's next?
What's next?
Record label.
Oh yeah, just like getting more properties. And,
okay.
And
how many arbitrage Airbnbs you want to have?
0. I don't want any so the thing is, I always tell people ownership is the goal. Arbitrage is just a start. Now I've since learned that there are ways you can own property without having to do arbitrage first, but if you were in my specific situation where you just don't have the time for that,
you could do subject to.
Yeah, so you could do subject to. We've learned about DSCR loans and non-QM loans, so we're learning.
Can you explain those two real quick?
Oh yeah. So the DSCR loan, I'm no expert and I don't have them yet.
No, it's fine. I'm pretty sure you did your due diligence.
Yeah. So for DSCR loans, the way I understand it is they're usually interest only for like the first 10 years. And then, but in that first 10 years, they're also, some of them have like variable rates. So like there's like a minimum of 1%, maximum of 5%, but it does vary based on the market. And they lend to you based on how much money you can make on your Airbnb, not your income statement, or not your bank statements, not your W-2s. You still have the personal guarantee, but they just look at your future income. Excuse me. But with that, the trade-off is you got to be willing to pay interest for the first 10 years. I don't know if I'm okay with that.
Okay.
And then the non-QM loan, a DSCR is a type of non-qualifying mortgage. And a non-qualifying mortgage just basically means you don't have to be in business for 2 years to get a loan. You can show them the money you will be making on the property. They have a formula they calculate. And if you're above like their percentage or their number, then you'll be able to get the property. So I'm learning a lot, but my goal is to just teach people that if you don't have the time to learn that stuff, you can start with arbitrage. It is the easy way, but just be willing. You're paying 100% interest to landlords because it's all rent. So be willing to pay that until you can get to the point where you can show the bank that, hey, I'm making X amount of revenue. Can you lend to me? That's what we did. And I only teach what I know, if that makes sense. So, or what I've done, not what I know.
Do you plan on selling all your Airbnbs? Selling
them? Probably not. We have a really good landlord and we also have a really good property manager. So I don't know if I want to give that up. I would say the one way I've seen people grow on Airbnb is they get in contact with a good property manager and then they have a bunch of units. Like, oh, do you want this one? Yeah, I'll take it. You want this one? Yeah, let me look at it. I'll take it. So that's how we grew. That's how my clients grow too. So I don't want to lose that.
So the cash flow is too much to sell?
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, well, I guess.
What if somebody was like, hey, I'll give you $20,000 a piece? What's up?
Oh yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. I mean, well, you have to also look at like, how long is the lease? Like, how long is left in the lease? Like, is it worth it? I mean, if they offering $20K per unit, I'll take it.
Okay.
But I think once you see the value in it, you realize, like for the Kia that we have on Turo, someone did steal it the other day. It was crazy. We had fun with it because we never get like that kind of action. But someone did steal it and we had to go find it, all this other stuff. But I would say a year ago, we would have been okay with someone stealing it because we know that Turo would reimburse us for the cost of the car. But now it's at the point where it's like, oh, this car makes too much.
Yeah, it makes too much.
We need this car. Give me my car back. I need it. So it's like you have to know that trade-off. A year ago, I would have been okay with it. Now it's like, I'm like, we're making a lot of money. Turo ain't giving me half of what I'm making per year. So
rental properties cars are expensive now.
Oh yeah, they're expensive.
We went to a dealership. They was like, whatever that price is, add another $10,000.
Dang, are you serious?
We went to Benz, Mercedes, and they were like, the used are like add 5,000, the brand new add 10,000, and then the SUVs it was like add another 15.
Are you serious?
Like there's no more negotiations.
Wow, they winning.
Yeah, and people still buying cars.
I'm not surprised.
People like if you drive around, you still see the paper like people still buying cars. I'm like, where all this money coming from?
Yeah, I'm okay with my Tesla. Man. Because I think we don't have to pay gas. I think the day we had our car stolen, we had to go fill up the tank because they had it on E where we found it.
Yeah.
And then we pulled to the gas station, like, $5. That's how much y'all paying for gas. That's expensive.
It is.
Mm-mm.
Like, man, cars are expensive, gas is expensive. It's like everything's expensive. Everything's going up.
Yeah, but did you hear about how like Costco and Walmart and stuff? They're like they have too much in surplus in inventory, so they're actually gonna stop inflation.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm. It was like recent, like maybe a week ago.
What was that on? What was that on? What's the article?
It was on an article. I don't
CNBC?
know. It was on something like that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, one of those. But yeah, I was shook. The numbers basically are super. Like they just bought too much because they thought they were winning, but now they have too much inventory and they have to get rid of it. So prices are going down, which is good for us because we're about to furnish again. So another unit. So yeah.
Is there anything you want to leave off with? Anything?
Leave off with.
Like you want to promote your courses?
No, I don't really like promoting them.
You don't?
No, I think for
do you have do you do affiliated links?
Yeah, I do. If you want one, I'll give you one.
Yeah, I want one.
Okay. Yeah. For me, I just don't like to promote them because I think it should just come naturally.
Okay.
If someone has to promote,
so you want it organically?
I want it organic.
Okay.
If you feel like you're ready to start, then start. But if not, just hold off until you're ready. I will be here. I'll always have something available for you. It might not always be a one-on-one, but there's always going to be something for you, and it's always going to be the blueprint on how you need to start. But just like you don't have to just
jump in.
Yeah. Time. Find the person you resonate with the most. If you know you want to start Airbnb, start with them. If they're not the person, that's okay. Just wait. The time will come.
Okay. I'm trying to think if I got any more questions. Can you explain Avatar? Your avatar?
Oh, like on Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh, the picture I have?
Yeah.
I haven't done psychology on the avatars yet.
Okay.
But I want to.
Okay.
I want to know which avatars get people to click and which ones don't.
Okay.
So, no. I guess I don't have anything. I mean, but no, nah. I think it's important to have the same avatar so that you can
people can resonate with you.
So people can remember you when they go to look for you. So that's why I haven't changed mine. I think mine's been the same for like 8 or 9 months, but it's because I'm not ready. I don't think I need to wait. Like you have to know when to change that kind of stuff. Like for me, of course I want to change it because I have a lot of good pictures I take, but you have to be ready. It's like a psychology. It all comes back to psychology and the way the mind works and studying the mind and why people click and why they don't. So yeah, I'm just maybe I should get my psychology degree.
Like throughout the day, how much do you study? Like, seems like you study like a lot throughout the day.
I do. I think I wake up studying, honestly. And studying meaning like it's not always business related. So even this morning I woke up and the first thing I did was went to brush my teeth and stuff, but I had on a video. I don't know if you know Earl Nightingale, but he's a old philosopher. He's passed, but like I listened to his video about like how the mind works and how to get to where you want to be, mindset and stuff like that. So
this is on YouTube?
Okay. It's on YouTube. This is one channel called Vibo. And I do thank them for my success too, because they have a lot of good videos. So what they do is they'll take like a old philosopher and then they'll put a beat to it. But it's like it resonates because it's like a hip hop beat. It's like a cool jazz hip hop beat. So that's why I like the videos and it helps me remember the information. But I studied that. I also study just like different articles and with my team, that's like what we do most of the time is I'm like, okay, go find this out. Where did people drop off at? Like, it's just always trying to figure out what we could do better and how we could continue growing. Cause I like seeing results. It's like a dopamine boost. It's like every time you see new results and you know that it worked because of this thing, it's like, let me repeat it just to see. And then you see it do better. And then like, okay, what can I change to make it a little better? It's like a game and I love it.
So you like tweaking it?
I love tweaking it just a little bit to see, okay, will this work? Let's try this one thing. Did this not work? Okay, let's not do that again. So it's fun.
There's nothing that you've done that's been luck. It's just all work.
I don't believe in luck.
Yeah.
I think it's all hard work.
Yeah.
It's all hard work. It's also
being blessed.
Yeah. Also, how much are you willing to give? Like, if I sat on this podcast and I wasn't honest with my story and my numbers, people might be a little critical. But when you are open, I think people are more willing to listen to you, and they resonate with me more. You know, people, if they look like me, they'll resonate with me more. Especially if we have similar stories, which I have similar stories to most Black women in corporate America. So that's who I want to talk to because it's fun. They understand me. I understand them. Did I answer your question?
No, it did.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, but it's been a great journey. It's been a great journey. I think next up is just owning more properties, getting into ownership, and having the best Airbnb in town.
How much does somebody need to pay you to speak at their events? Like how much would it need to? How much would it need to be worth your time?
If I had to fly out for like a weekend, for example, like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, like 7,000 or 8,000. But if it's just like a 1-day event, maybe like 2,000 or 3,000.
What if it was in Houston?
If it was in Houston, to be worth my time, if it was like an all-day event, I would say the same. Because the thing is, if I'm flying out of town, I'm bringing my team, I'm bringing my photographer, I'm bringing my assistant, my husband, everyone who's going to be able to support me throughout the event. But if I'm in Houston, I still have to fly those people into the city because a lot of my team is,
okay.
A lot of my team is like around the.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll probably be the same.
Okay.
Starting off.
Okay.
I'm sure one day we're gonna grow, but yeah. But the thing is, when people see the value in what you're doing, they're willing to pay it. There's no question, no ifs, ands, or buts. So yeah.
Oh, well, let me get through these questions.
Okay. Oh, I got time.
Then we'll be done. Okay. Walgreens or Goodwill?
Oh. Okay, well, I like couponing at Walgreens, but Goodwill has good books. So actually, no, we went to Goodwill the other day. The books are expensive now.
For real?
Yeah, they were like freaking $7, $8. Like, what is this?
I probably saw your video on YouTube.
Man, they saw my video. They definitely saw my video, but yeah, there's YouTube. I mean, sorry, not YouTube. If I had to choose, I'll say Walgreens.
Walgreens?
Because I coupon. I'm an extreme couponer.
Okay.
So you get good deals. We got a lot of free stuff when I was couponing when we first started Airbnb in Virginia.
That's dope.
Free toilet paper, free razors, free toothpaste,
stuff like that. You need toilet paper.
You need that.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Etsy or AirDNA?
Ooh, why you can't do this? That's hard. Etsy or AirDNA? AirDNA.
AirDNA?
Yeah.
Because you need AirDNA.
You need it. You have to know what the numbers are doing.
Okay.
Because Airbnb shows you the data. AirDNA organizes it for you.
How often do you get on AirDNA?
Every day.
Every day?
It's on the tab on my phone. I was on it this morning.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
For me and my clients, because I always make sure before they make investments, like it's smart and we look at everything. Okay. Every single analytic psychology.
Okay. Courses or coaching?
Coaching.
Coaching? Okay.
But like the thing about courses is that it's self-paced and you have to go at your own pace, but not many people are disciplined enough to go at their own pace. But when you have someone like me, a coach who's like, all right, get your butt up. We working today. Like, I ain't got no choice. If Kierra don't leave me alone, she's going to be at my house knocking on the door. Like, so coaching, if you want to get to your results faster. But yeah.
Okay.
Good question.
HAR or Zillow?
HAR.
HAR?
All the way.
All the way?
Wait, what about for you?
I think Zillow.
Really?
I get a lot of my comps on Zillow.
Okay.
Now that my wife got her realtor license, I could do it on HAR, but I'm so used to, because like I would go on Zillow and I would tell my private lender, like, hey, look, Zillow's already saying this, and they're working with comps that people bought the house with, and then with they turn around and they sell it. They're working with both comps. So if they're saying it's up to this, that means when I'm done with this property, because I'm gonna make it so nice that it should be around this.
Interesting. So like that took you time though to figure out too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You had to study on your own. And,
yeah.
Huh. That's interesting. You should do a video on that. I think a lot of people would be interested in hearing that.
Yeah, because people always say that Zillow is outdated, but they're factoring all the comps in that area, good or bad. So with that being said, you can't go wrong with it. Well, that's what I think. That's my philosophy.
Okay. I have to look into it. I know HAR has like the back end where you can see. I don't know if it's like the same data. It's
about the same, but HAR is more. I think HAR is more strategic.
Okay.
With the sales of the area.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Huh. That's so interesting.
Yeah.
But for arbitrage, I would say both.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay. It don't have to be anything. It's just whatever you feel.
Oh, okay. HAR.
HAR. Okay. Forex or Airbnb?
Airbnb. I did Forex before.
I know.
Oh, you? Okay. Yeah. You know. Okay. Yeah. No.
How was Forex?
I think it can be good if you have a lot of money to lose. But you just have to be willing to give up that money. I think when I started, I was so desperate that I lost a lot of money. But you need to, I don't know. I don't understand Forex. I do, but I don't.
I know 2 people. My co-host Ron, he did Forex, and then I knew another guy that did it.
Okay. They liked it?
Ron liked it. No. Ron said it was too stressful.
It is.
He said he lost $1,500 in like 5 minutes.
Dang,
like,
yeah.
Yeah,
because that's the right. Like the stock market is, you don't lose your money unless you either sell when you're at a loss or the company goes bankrupt. They could always go back up though, or you could take it as a loss. Although with Forex, you can take that as a loss too. But with stocks, I think it's a better bet. I think. Yeah,
it's just harder to lose the money. I think
it is.
I don't know nothing about
stressful.
Forex. It is stressful.
Airbnb. Only Airbnb.
Okay. Yeah. Rental property or Airbnb?
Rental property. Actually Airbnb. Airbnb.
Airbnb?
Yep. Because the thing is, you can study and know what the top competitors are doing. And if you do what they're doing and then do a little better, then you'll make a killing on Airbnb.
Okay.
Versus rental properties.
But your end game is rental properties.
I guess our end game is like
both?
Hotel. That's our end game, because.
So you want to own a hotel?
Yeah, eventually. I mean, we'll see. I don't know if it'll ever happen. It might not, but we'll see if it'll happen.
Money or equity?
Equity. Well, that's a good question. Equity, right? Equity. Both's pretty good, but I think I would go with equity. Because you can leverage.
What if it was $1 million?
$1 million of money versus $1 million of equity?
Yes.
Yeah, cash is always better.
Yeah, cash is king.
Yeah, it is.
Stocks or NFTs? Stocks.
I'm not educated too much on NFTs.
NFTs?
I have. No, I don't. Well, I have crypto, but that's not the same.
It's not the same.
No, but I bought it on Coinbase. Yeah, it's not the same.
Crypto or stocks?
Oh, crypto or stocks?
Stocks.
Yeah.
What cryptos are you
in? Solana and
Solana
and something. I don't even know the name. And something else. But I have invested in those a long time ago.
Also, you good.
Yeah. So for me, when I do stocks or crypto, I invest one chunk of money and I don't touch it. I just let it sit.
So it's like residual money that you don't need.
Yeah, at the moment. But because the thing is, for us, we look at everything as a game. So if it does go down, and let's say I make a lot of money next year, at least I can take that as a loss. But if it goes up, then shoot, good. Now I got to gain. But you win either way. But the key is to make more money if you want to win. If that makes sense.
Okay. Tour or Airbnb?
Airbnb.
Okay.
Airbnb.
850 credit score or $1 million?
Yeah, $1 million. Cash is better.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 million followers or a rental property?
I think for me, 2 million followers.
2 million followers?
Because of
how much you made on Instagram.
I was gonna say how well I can understand my audience and know that with 2 million I can make more than that mental.
So you're gonna flip that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 million followers or Airbnb?
Airbnb. It's more secure.
For real?
Yeah.
Over the 2 million followers?
Yeah. It's more secure.
Because you made 250,000. If you could flip that, that'll be 500,000.
Yeah, that is true. I still go with the Airbnb because Airbnb is more strategic.
Okay.
With your followers, I can be strategic on Instagram, but there's no guarantee.
There's no guarantee. So you need that guarantee.
I need a guarantee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think a lot of my answers come from, and again, like this is all learned. For me, this is all learned. Like honestly, from my husband, because he's really smart. So I learned a lot from him. And so yeah. He's taught me to be more logical in thinking versus emotional. So that helps.
Okay.
It does. That's a good question.
LLC or S Corp?
Taxes S Corp. S Corp.
S Corp? Okay. So you got an S Corp now?
So we have LLCs, but their taxes S Corps.
Okay.
But it's because my CPA, she does all that. But long story short, it's because you can, like, there's just certain deductions you can take and different things you can do, like the Augusta rule and stuff like that you can take advantage of with the S Corp. And with the S Corp, it's just, I don't know, in my opinion, it's a little better than an LLC. LLC is very limited.
It is.
It's very limited.
Have you thought about getting the LLC on all of your properties? Mm-hmm. Okay. Are you due?
Yeah.
You did that already?
Yeah. So basically, each rental property we buy is going to be like in its own LLC for protection. So the way we learned that is from our accountant, of course, but also Our landlord who we rent a majority of our properties from for Airbnb, he does the same thing. And it's like, okay, at first we were like, okay, he probably just got bored and couldn't think of names. But looking at it now, we understand. He does it because it's like, okay, if you get sued,
they can't take all your stuff.
And
that's it.
We learned not the hard way, but we're learning.
We put on our Airbnb, we did it on the LLC.
Okay. So you too, like you do like LLCs per.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Never know what could happen.
Yeah, they like, I'm not trying to get sued.
Yeah, like
I got too many properties.
Don't be suing me. Y'all is cooking, So yeah.
Clubhouse or Instagram?
That's a hard one because I did really well on Clubhouse.
Right.
If I had to choose, I would still choose Clubhouse over Instagram. I know that's really controversial, but at the same time, Clubhouse was the reason I blew up.
That's how you got your name?
Yep. I think before Clubhouse, I might have 700 followers.
On Instagram or Clubhouse?
On Instagram.
Okay.
Because of Clubhouse, I got to like 5K. So they really blew me up. And they're the reason, like Clubhouse is the reason. There's so many things that have accounted for my success, but Clubhouse is part of that journey and that
just
story.
Like Be the Boss.
Yeah.
She blew up on Clubhouse.
Yeah. A lot of people, Maddie J. Well, I don't know if Maddie J was big.
So CEO Maddie J?
Yeah. Was he big before Clubhouse?
I think YouTube, because when he got on David Shands, he blew up. They did like 500,000 on YouTube.
Yeah, that was a good. That's actually the reason we started.
For real?
Because of that video.
Oh, for real?
I told you he's the logical one. When I was like, Andre, what do you think about this? He was like, all right, let's order a Tesla. I'm like, wait, what? A Tesla? We got this little Kia. What do you mean? So yeah, that video definitely.
You know CEO Maddie J?
I don't know him, but we do talk. If that makes sense. Yeah. So like, friend groups. Everyone kind of knows each other. So yeah, sort of.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him on the podcast.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, if he comes out, I'll make sure you come. Or you can be a host if you want. Ask him whatever.
Okay,
if you want to.
I can reach out. I can see.
If you want to, I don't want to. I know you're busy.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I could definitely see if he's willing.
Okay.
I can't make promises.
No.
But I can definitely
cool.
reach out and be like, hey, I don't know if you see this podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That'd be dope for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
For sure. Like I got that. You got that on camera, so I have to now. Yeah.
Virginia or Houston?
Virginia.
Virginia?
Probably disagrees, but I think Virginia.
Okay.
Airbnb was so much better down there. You make more money. But I guess Houston if I had to choose Houston, because Houston forces you to think. It forces you to think outside the box, which will help you make more money in the end. It's like having a 9 to 5. Virginia is like having a 9 to 5 because it's set income, but Houston's like being an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. You got to figure it out, and you just got to try different things and hope something sticks to the wall.
Austin or Houston? And I knew you was from Austin. I don't even know why I said it in the beginning, but I forgot. Yeah.
It's okay. Austin or Houston? I think I'll take Houston.
Houston?
Yeah.
Because Austin's so expensive?
No, I think I just have. I don't know if I would. My grandmother recently passed about a year ago, and she was she wasn't buried in Austin, but she passed in Austin. And my cousin had her funeral there, and I think for me, it's just so it's like my great grandmother who partly raised me passed there, and I think for me, it's just a lot of bad memories. Not bad, but it's just like when I go there, it's like all these memories start coming back. So I don't get excited to go to Austin anymore.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about your cousin, but I didn't want to be insensitive.
Oh, no,
you said that propelled you to start your business.
Yeah. Well, you did your research. Yeah, because she basically was the type of person who was like, she was a go-getter. Like if she felt like doing something, she would do it, even from the time she was little. So I think, I don't know, I hate that happened to her, but I feel like her and my great grandmother and my grandmother, which is the 3 people I mentioned, I really do feel like they're beside me like all the time, helping me through everything. And yeah, I feel like I wouldn't be here without them. I wouldn't.
You think y'all would have been business partners?
Me and my cousin? Probably not. No, probably not. But I think what hurts me the most is we were supposed to meet a week before she ended up moving, and it just hurts me that I'll never be able to see her again. I don't think I ever told anyone that, but it just hurts because I hadn't seen her for years. But we were so close growing up. So, yeah. I think when a death happens in a city where you're from, in multiple, it kind of makes you see the city like, okay, it's hard to go back. So yeah, it's a tough situation. She moved to Natchez, Mississippi, and 6 days later she was killed. So it was hard. It was hard for the entire family.
My condolences.
It's fine. It's fine.
Psychologically upsells or Rich Dad Poor Dad?
Ooh, psychologist.
Psychology. I don't know why I couldn't say that words.
Robert Cialdini.
Yeah.
That book, that over Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Okay.
I know everyone says Rich Dad Poor Dad is their favorite book, but for me, I feel like, well, yeah, I guess it's a pretty good book. It's a good book.
Okay.
I just don't think it's my favorite.
Okay.
I'm like, I know I probably get a lot of hate for that, but
because you said you learned a lot from that book.
I did, but I don't think it's my favorite. Like, I don't think it propelled me to get to where I am. If I had to choose a book that really propelled me, I would say it was probably this book called Grit.
Grit.
Yeah, and it basically, the authors, they're doctors and they study humans, right? And they basically went to the Naval Academy and they're trying to figure out why certain people drop out and why others don't. And they basically figure out what the formula for success was. The formula of success is grit. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. But they also in the book mention like Black people and specifically why we don't succeed is because we're very in nature we're very defensive. So when I learned that, I was like, man, whatever. Like, I don't believe that. Like, that's rude. I F this book. But no, like when you really sit down and realize, you start looking at your actions, you say, okay, yeah, we are. Well, I am. My family, we're a little defensive.
I mean, that's because you struggled your whole life. You
struggle your whole life. You have to defend yourself.
Oh, you see the struggle. Mm-hmm. Like, even if you didn't struggle, your cousin struggled or your friend struggled.
My mom would struggle.
Yeah. So it's like, you can't help but be like that.
Yeah.
Like, you try to hold on to what you have.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You really do. So, gosh. Yeah, that book. I mean, I know you didn't ask me my favorite book, but I really like that book.
No, that's cool.
Yeah. And also, I have like a lot of other books that I love. But
hey, you can go down the list if you want to.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I could talk about this all day. Another book I really like, Florence Scovel. She's this amazing. She was, I think she's since passed. She was like maybe 18 and 1900s, but she did a lot of like in psychology and how to make money, how to stay on track. So she has a couple of books that are like about like being successful. Another one of my favorite books is what's that book by Napoleon Hill? You know what I'm talking? Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah.
Yep. Think and Grow Rich. That book also kind of was the start of something new for me. It was a very interesting book, but it definitely forces you. I'm just about mindset. If you can give me a book that's about mindset and it'll help me grow, then I'm good because we're very stressed. Like, we're always busy and we're always stressed. So I need a book that's going to ground me and say, okay, it's okay to be stressed. Just bring it down to here. Let's make a plan for it and continue.
Do you ever doubt yourself sometimes?
Oh yeah, all the time.
All the time? Every day?
Yeah, every day. Because it's like you never know what tomorrow will bring.
And your husband helps you get through those.
Oh yeah, 1000%. He's very confident. Okay, I did struggle with confidence growing up, but I think as you get older and you realize, I guess. The way we see confidence is based on media and social media. Yeah. That's the problem.
You're just seeing all the wins. You're not seeing the losses.
Yep. You're not seeing the losses.
Behind the scenes.
I post my losses. A lot of people tell me they love following me because I post. Like, our bed broke at one of our Airbnbs yesterday or day before yesterday. We have to go get that fixed. That's hard. No one's posting that stuff because they don't want to seem like, oh, like I don't buy the best beds. No, this bed honestly was one of the bad beds we bought, and it does have problems. And the car being stolen, I feel like most people wouldn't post that, and I was posting in action of us pulling up and all that, and looking in the car and it smelling like weed and stuff. So you just have to be willing to post the bad and the good, and I think that's what makes a really good relationship with me and my followers.
Yeah, that's what what's her name? Donnie from David Shan's podcast.
Her, yeah.
Man, she's always talking about people always posting their losses and their wins and not their losses. Like, we need to post our wins because our mentees, they don't want to be with somebody that just shows their wins because nobody's perfect like that person.
Right.
So it's cool to show the losses.
Oh yeah, I don't like perfect. I can't stand perfect. I know Beyonce puts on like a very perfect show, but at the same time, like, I know she's going through different things, and I'm like, I don't know. I guess it depends on the person. It depends on the person. But yeah, you're right. I don't think anyone likes someone who's perfect and controls their image 100% of the time and never has anything that's wrong, That's a problem. Because we all got problems. We all got problems.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. All our ish stink. That's what my mom was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for
appreciate
having
you.
me.
Thank you again.
No, I appreciate you for even like asking me to come on. This is a big deal. And I did research on your podcast too, and I've seen the people you brought on. So it does mean a lot that you did ask me to be on.
Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. I ask some people and I get static sometimes, and it's cool though.
Yeah, for sure.
My producer tells me once I get big enough, then just charge them.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's like what a lot of
that's how it works.
Yeah, they charge because they know that like you going on their podcast is gonna make you money.
Correct.
Because you don't pay me this $5,000 if you're gonna make 50. What?
Correct.
So you'll get there. I mean, you're probably already there.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm making a little bit of money on YouTube.
Yeah. YouTube's good.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.